I'm just going to go out and say it. I'm just going to start. We're nonconformists. We like to tell the truth, and we will not eat the bugs. Let's go!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I love that, man. That was a hot take, dude. We won't eat the bugs.
No bugs! Refuse the bugs! We won't want your cricket protein.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. If you actually go down that rabbit hole and talk about like what's in bugs and stuff, like just think about that. You know how there's always like germs and stuff on the ground and stuff.
Dude,
Well, but
the worst specimens.
just think about it this way, like bugs actually absorb all that stuff, and then whatever you eat, you get a little bit of whatever you eat, and it just passes along. So if you think about it, you know, cows and pigs aren't actually too bad, but bugs, bro, oh god, man,
You
you
get
might be
this
catching something.
smorgasbord. You get the
What's up?
whole lazy Susan filled with nastiness. Yep. Not a oh, and yesterday I had to do a room inspection, dude, and the people had rodents. And man, the smell of rodents. Those are some rodents and bugs. Just keep them away from me, dude. I'm good. Snakes too. Goodbye.
Oh, dude, snakes. Oh man, bro, when I see a snake, bro, it's on site. I'm not gonna guess demonetized, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Like say you see a snake on site, baby. But yeah, man. So we got the market in full blast. We've got elections coming around. I don't want to get too much in elections because I don't want to get demonetized. There's only one side we can talk about, and it is what it is. But long story short, we're in a critical time right now. And what's happening right now, you can trace back on the Bitcoin price chart. So we're actually going to do a really great TA session today. We're going to talk a little bit about some TA. We're going to talk to you guys about the pump fund platforms that we recommend to you guys because they're absolutely exploding. Talk about TitanX because you guys are TitanX fanatics. We got all that good stuff. But overall, man, Trace Souls, what's your thoughts on the markets right now?
Honestly, bro, the past 2 days I have been consumed with editing videos. I know people think that videos just happen magically, but I've been spending a lot of time in the lab. So I just peeked at some things today. Saw there was red last night, some green this morning. I'm really not tripping over it right now. I'm not even looking. So I'm looking actually to learn some stuff about our conditions tonight.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's crazy because everyone's like all over the place, man. I look at I call them the mainstream crypto media, the MCM. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's like a
Yeah.
casino, but the MCM. I always check in, and there's one rule about the MCM: you always do the opposite of what they say. And then number two, you always look at what they're saying because if the MCM says one thing, the rest of the people repeat it by parrots. So I got like me and Trace Sills, we got people we talk to every single day. And it's crazy because like when I listen to crypto banter, I listen to Ben Armstrong, I listen to any of these like big accounts, and I hear their talking points, and then I hear the people come up to me and then tell me the same talking points they're saying. So if you think about it, the big MCM
Chris.
thinks for those types of people. What's up? Hello? All right. Well, I don't know if Trey Souls is still here. So good stuff. But hey, like I said, man, when it comes to the MCM, there's a lot of narratives that are going around. And ultimately, what I'm trying to get across is you guys got to be extremely careful when you're trying to follow these narratives because if they're saying one thing, you definitely want to pivot the other way. Trey Souls, we got you back.
Dude, did y'all lose me or did y'all lose Chris? Because it started circling for both of ours.
I think it's you, dude. It's you. So, yo, just hop. Hey, hop in and come back out, man. Because I think you're just glitching out of the matrix right
Hey,
now.
sorry guys. Sorry guys.
Yeah, it's you.
Sorry,
So
bro. Sorry, guys.
you're good. But long story short, guys, when it comes to crypto and these narratives, you gotta be extremely careful with what's going on. And don't be careful with what types of narratives you trust. And also keep in mind you want to fade the crowd. If 92% of people are well off in the world and they're supposedly above middle class, I mean, excuse me, if 92% of people are basically middle class and below, and then you have 8% of people at the top, they can afford their bills, they live a really good life. What that tells you is 8 out of every 100 people you should take advice from. Most people you should not take advice from because they're in certain situations. And the main point I'm trying to get across is if you really want to excel in this market, you can't be following the crowd. So that's like my big lowdown, my big take, and all that good stuff. So, guys, here's the deal. For the agenda, like I was talking about earlier, we've got Alien X. We're going to talk a little bit about Ether Vista, Blur. We got TitanX TA, and then we're going to get into some really heavy chart analysis. There's 36 of you guys in here. If you guys want me to give you alpha, share this out, like it, subscribe, all that good stuff, because the more people we get into this live stream, the more alpha I'll pass along to you guys. The less people we have in here, the shorter the live stream is going to be. So at this point, the direction of this live stream is in your hands. Trey Souls is glitching on the Matrix. He's getting attacked by the Matrix. But guess what? The Matrix will never, ever stop us. So let's check a little chats. Good stuff. I just want to give a quick shout out. Shout out to Ryan Torres. Awesome. Day one OG followers. Good to see you, my brother. And Utah Crypto. Always good to see you. Good stuff, man. Awesome. All right. Now let's just get into what's going on with Alien X, and then we'll just keep it moving after that. So I'm going to pull up my screen. What is the state of Alien X right now? So mint phase, ROI sitting at -6%. We're actually basically trading very close to mint phase ROI. Sometimes it goes above, sometimes it goes below. And ultimately, that's how the protocol was designed. It has a slow burn, and it was designed to be just right at peg so people can enter. And the idea is the sooner you get in, the better. We just finished up mint cycle 3. In the statistics, my favorite part. I love statistics. I'm a very mathematical, analytical guy. Trey Souls, he's the people person. So when it comes to, interact with the people, you hit up Trey Souls. If you want to talk with numbers, math, science, you hit me up. That's how we roll, baby. So total TitanX minted, Alien X minted about 704 billion. Not bad. And then we have burned 105 billion Alien X. So we are deflationary right now. Alien X is deflationary, which is absolutely awesome. Now, coming over to the burn. Right now, we have about $139,000 in the burn, and 14% of this is used every single week to burn Alien X. So it's a slow burn, but it's enough to impact and decrease the supply. The core, the heart and soul of the Alien X invasion mission, we're sitting at $312,000. We're doing burns right around 2,000 to 3,000. Keep in mind, it's 0.88% a day. So Alien X is technically an inferno whale. It's using that position to burn Alien X out into the future. So in my opinion, I think that's really awesome. And it's betting big on the Inferno protocol, which is going to have multiple protocols being built on top of it. So I think it's awesome. Now, stats, and this is something I'm really proud of. What we are seeing right now, just from the TitanX to Alien X burn, we got 8.22%. You got that 28 there. We got that 22, the Master Builder Energy, if you guys are into numerology. Core, 2.62%. We got the 2, we got the 62. That's 8, 28, a little hidden 28 there. And then taxes, we have 2.01%. Trey Souls, what's up, brother? How we doing?
Just the Matrix is trying to attack me, but I've relocated, and we'll see if it gets me again. I'll do what I gotta do. Get to another room.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Like right before you glitched out, you're like, Chris, you like scream, and I look behind me because it's kind of like one of those murder movies, like someone's like behind you. You know what I'm saying?
That would have been an epic way to end it all right there if there really was a murderer. But I'm glad there wasn't, because we got to market. We still got a market we got to deal with. No murderers. And
Hey,
I'm just going to catch up, dude. Don't worry about backtracking for me.
okay,
I'll catch up.
but Trey Souls is in the live stream right now, which means you guys consider sharing this out, consider subscribing, consider liking, because here's the deal. The more people we get in here, the more alpha we give. The less people in here, the less alpha we'll give. So, like I said, and we're gonna start doing ratio counts and stuff. So, these live streams, you gotta get us motivated, because the more people get in here, the more motivated we are to talk about stuff. Or we'll just sit here for an hour and a half and just talk about Alien X all day. I have no problem. I love Alien X. I love the invasion. I love the numbers. I love the statistics. We can
Game
turn
pie.
this into
Yeah,
a PhD level Alien X class, and I would have no
that's
problem
right.
with that. So, just looking at the statistics alone, we got about 13% of the supply of Alien X being burned. Alien X is deflationary. 13% of the supply is gone. So,
Insane.
regardless of if the mid phase is profitable or not, we're still burning the supply and we're still deflationary. So, in my opinion, the supply is shrinking, and then we're also getting close to the TitanX hyper deflationary phase. So, the protocol is being designed what it's supposed to do. It's a little bit of a slower burn, so we can get more out of these burns, and we can also capture that hyper deflationary phase of the TitanX ecosystem. So, what I really like is we're seeing Core do some damage. We're also seeing the TitanX Alien X bind burn do some damage to the Inferno Core. Bind burns doing some damage. And what's crazy is the arbitrage between these two pools burn 2% of the supply just from buy and sell taxes, dude.
In 3 weeks.
Yeah, in 3 weeks, 2% of the supply was
Yeah,
burned through taxes.
this thing
So
is just a baby.
yeah, man, it's just a little baby. It's just it's a little Charmander, dude.
A little baby alien. That's what it is, bro.
Absolutely. It's just a little Charmander, just glitching out of the Matrix, man. So
They take time. Baby aliens take a little bit of time to grow. They probably grow faster than humans, but you got to give it some time, right? It sounds like the timing. You got some deflationary phases coming up soon, and you're already hyper deflationary of almost 14% burnt, bro. These stats are wicked.
yeah, absolutely. So, and then also on top of that, Alien X was also added to the E280 liquidity provider. So if I go to element280.win, look at that. I got all the browsers, pre-saved, because I just go
Bam.
on and just look at this all day.
That's it. That's all,
It's
all there
all
is to do.
it's all it is, man. Surf, crypto, gym. That's it. That's the only thing that matters. It just makes so much sense, dude.
Yep.
So in the LP manager, you can come over here and you can add Alien X and pair it up with E280. Now, if I come over here to Deck Screener and I just type in Alien X, there's 3 LPs right now. One's going to be with Inferno, one's going to be with TitanX, and the other one is going to be with E280. Huh. And then it looks like someone actually burst this over to Pulse Chain. So let me
Yeah, I
let
saw that.
me
I saw that like a long time ago. I asked Gugat about it. He said it was nobody on his team.
yeah, well, it was probably like a Pulse Chain diehard, and it's plugged into A1A, so that was interesting. So we got Alien X, we got Inferno and Alien X. Let me bring up Dex tools. That's the thing about Dex Screener is Dex Screener is so much. So Dex Screener is very user friendly, but Dex
Mm-hmm.
tools is extremely accurate. So
You
it's
got one
like,
that's real in depth and one that's easy to and friendly to use.
yeah.
It's hard to decide between.
All right, I literally just had it right here. All right, we'll put up. All right, so here it is. So there is an LP with Alien X and E280. And based on what I was seeing, and last time I checked, it was sitting at about right around 6 to 8K. So it's not coming up on Dex tools, and it's not coming up on Dex Screener. I think there's like a glitch problem or whatnot. But ultimately, the main point I'm trying to get across is with Alien X, it is plugged into the E280 matrix. Now, where's the Alien X price chart sitting right now? So we had this first mint phase, and of course, most of these charts, you're gonna have these sniper bots come in, and we were talking about, hey, if you guys want to get in the protocol, please mint. Do not do a market buy. We stress this a lot, and most people followed it. Some people didn't. It just is what it is. Now, if we look at the TitanX ratio, and we go from when the buy burn started, which I believe it was in full effect right here on October 22nd. The price floor versus TitanX have been slowly increasing up, slowly increasing up. And so the main thing I'm just trying to get across is with Alien X, it's designed to have a ratio versus TitanX and to appreciate versus TitanX. That's why the taxes are so valuable, because it adds this deflationary effect from TitanX so that it can capitalize on arbitrage bots while also making the project deflationary. Does that make sense?
Yeah, and this project looks like it was only deflationary for 5 days or
Yeah,
inflationary for 5 days.
yeah, exactly. So
So there's no like people. I don't know. People are too emotional when it comes to this type of stuff. This is what I've been looking at with this chart, and I've just had a line drawn up from the first after the first 6 days, showing me that the higher high on the floor on those wicks. When you can see those wicks stair stepping up, I knew this was just going to keep climbing in ratio value. It's one of those things you just put in your bag, and then you come back and you come back to it when the time is right.
yeah, exactly. And when you're looking at this, the main thing is the taxes have such a huge impact, because when you burn with Titan X, the burn fee, like when you're burning just from Titan X, the burns are going to be consistent based off of the fluctuation Titan X. But if you use other things, like for example Inferno has been going up versus peg on Titan X. So as you burn Alien X from Inferno, the burns get higher. So I'll give you an example. So Alien X is paired up with Inferno, right? And
Right.
so if I come over here to Inferno, come on, deck screener, I still believe in you. Oh man, dude, I'm about to retire my deck screener. I'm about to just say, forget it. That's it. That's over. You're fired, deck screener. I'm gonna be a Dex Tools maxi.
Well,
Hold on. Go ahead.
it's almost time to retire it. So
Yes, sir. So here's the main point I'm trying to get across with Inferno. So you see the ratio, right? This was like right when Alien X started getting into the picture on the 17th, right? So it was basically dollar cost averaging in on this down, and then it just reversed. So the main point I'm trying to say is versus Titan X from on October 22nd all the way up to about October 28th, the value of the burns on the Inferno side doubled. You see what I'm saying?
mm,
Because the amount of Inferno versus Titan X doubled at the same time.
mhm.
Because this has a lot to do with ratios. So the main point I'm trying to say is, if Inferno continues on this peg that shows that it's going up versus Titan X, the value of these Alien X burns from the Inferno side are going to get much larger in the future, and then it's going to impact Alien X much more positively. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's built to cook in the future.
Exactly. So that's part of the reason why you're starting to see that differential in the peg. But then if you just do a straight Titan X burn, the burns are going to be consistent regardless of the dollar amount. That's when it comes down to the amount of Titan X. That's the big difference that I think a lot of people are missing. So I think ultimately it's a great approach. I think it's having a huge impact on the supply. And once we start to see Inferno have a huge build out and start to grow, then we're going to see the true potential behind Alien X. So, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I did not know that. When did it's the E280 token you can pair with Alien X?
Yes.
Yeah, I when did that go live?
About a week and a half ago,
Okay,
two
cool,
weeks,
cool,
I
cool.
believe.
That's good to know because I've got some liquid of both of them that I think would be a good spot for. So I'm gonna check that out for sure. Thanks for showing me that one.
Yeah, man. So I think it's good. And then also on the flip side, nobody's really talking about AlienX, which I think it's awesome. Because typically when no one's talking about it, those are the ones that usually catch you by storm. Because right now everybody's talking about the stuff with like Lotus, and they're talking about E280. They're talking about, well, what's another project they're talking about? They're talking
Volt.
about Volt. So everyone's like really, it's like really being really, really on like the really popular side. And then you got like the other kids, like the outcasts that nobody knows about. And then next thing you know, they catch you by surprise. They show up to the basketball game and they hit the game winning free throw, or they catch the game winning touchdown. Those
There's
kids.
no there's a reason why we're both wearing all black right now, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lone wolves,
Black
baby.
sheep. Black sheep, lone wolves. But guess what, baby? You know what? We want to advocate for Alien X because we spent some time working on this thing, developing these tokenomics, and this is a lot of this has got Chris's genius in it too. So it's built in with a lot of different people put their hands on this and worked hard for this, and it's going to shock people. I'll be willing to make that bet online.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I like Alien X. It's great protocol, great people, great community, and hey, man, something to keep your eye on because you know aliens are gonna invade TitanX. We come from the 28th dimension, so good stuff.
Ooh.
Here we go. We got Jordan Riz, Inferno, Alien X. Let's freaking go. Hey, shout out to Jordan Riz, guys. Dude, Jordan Riz is the biggest Inferno bull. He is like what's the best way to put this? He's kind of like the Inferno sub ecosystem shaman. Is shaman a good word or is that like a
Yeah,
bad?
yeah, yeah. That's a good title. He's the Inferno Shaman. I like it,
Yeah,
dude. He's the Inferno Monk.
the Inferno monk. No, but all jokes aside, dude, Jordan really knows the sub ecosystem. So if you guys ever have any questions, this is the guy to go to. Please follow him on your on Jordan's Twitter. Jordan, I do not have your Twitter off the top of my head, but could you please just drop it down in the chat? Because if you guys got any questions about the sub ecosystem, please follow my man now. So good stuff. And then Utah Crypto brought up a really great point. Inferno has now burned 55% of its cap supply. That's a great point. Oh yeah, also the other thing I want to point out, do I have it up here? It's I think it's element 369. Did I save it? All right, I don't have the white paper. I don't remember. So, long story short, there's another protocol building on top of the Inferno ecosystem. It's called E369. Actually, wait. TitanX Hub. That's what we need. TitanX.
Mike Dean skipping leg day to work on TitanX Hub. Thank you, Mike. We appreciate you. If you're out there, Mike Dean, right now, we know you're probably not watching this stream. You're probably skipping leg day, coding up something else. So cheers to you, bud.
Yo, actually, the funny part about that was I was on a live stream and not a live stream. I was on the Spaces call and I was like at the end of it, I said, "Hey, I'm gonna put out a change.org form um about Mike skipping leg day, saying that he needs to start training legs because it's a health concern."
Yeah, look, Mike. If you stop skipping leg day, then your protocols are going to be even that much greater. So
Yeah, no, that's the other thing we need to do. If you guys go on Mike Dean's Twitter, go on his recent posts and comment "Stop skipping leg day" because it's
yes,
turning into a
yes.
problem. And we're personal, really good friends with Mike Dean, and we want to make sure that we help him with his bad habit because he doesn't train legs.
That's that's a problem. That'll be
All
the
right,
first. That okay. Go. What we
no,
got?
keep.
The white paper.
Uh,
Oh, E369.
Yeah. So this is also another big thing to consider, and then after that we gotta keep it moving because we're coming up at 25 minutes. But so Element 369 is going to be like an expansion of E280, and it's going to get into the Flux auction participation. So basically, it's like a benevolent staking whale on top of Flux, and then it has that NFT component. So what it's going to do is it's going to buy up a bunch of flux, burn a little bit of it, and then stake it into the future, and then pay out some of the rewards to the Element 369 holders. It's also going to feed. Hold on, let's see. Let me look at the specs real quick. Yeah, so we have like the NFT tiers. It's very similar to what we saw with E280. If you're a holder, you're going to earn rewards off of this. There's an NFT vault, and then the one thing I'm trying to look for is what's going to happen with the payout distribution. So 30% is going to be used for auto compounding, so it goes into Flux Daily auctions. There's going to be a 20% burn, 10% sent to the E280 V2 buy and burn, 5% is the Inferno buy and burn, and then 5% is going to be used for the Helios buy and burn, and then 50% is going to be used in the NFT vault. 25 is going to be used to buy Inferno from the market and send to the NFT vault. 25% is going to be used to buy E280 and send to the NFT vault. So if you hold E369, you're basically going to earn a bunch of, Inferno, E280, and I don't think you're going to earn Flux. I think it's just going to be Inferno E280, but Flux is going to be used to increase your Inferno Element 280 position. So that's like the main component of this. And when this rolls out, dude, Inferno and Flux are going to go absolutely ballistic. I'm telling you right now. Like the rewards in that's going to be crazy.
So it's an NFT project, benevolent staking well built on Flux to support the price of Flux, paying out in Element, Inferno, and Helios.
Yeah, well, Flux pays out TitanX, right?
Right.
So then it's going to use that TitanX to buy up more Flux, restake it. It's going to use some of that TitanX to buy Inferno and send to a vault for payouts to NFT holders. It's going to use some of that TitanX to buy E280, send it to the NFT vault to pay out holders, and then it's going to use that TitanX to burn Inferno, burn Helios, and then burn E280. Make sense? Are you still there? Okay. I guess he glitched out of the Matrix. So, but yeah, ultimately, guys, I'm really bullish on Element 369. I think it's going to be a great approach and it's going to add immense value. So, overall, really, really good stuff. And, shout out to our boy Trey Souls. He glitched out of the Matrix. He'll be back in a minute. So, it's no big deal. All right. Now, let's just keep it going. We got more stuff to talk about. So, I'm going to get into some token creation platforms and then I'll get into the TitanX TA. So if you guys want me to do TitanX TA, share this live stream out and I'll do TA on the TitanX chart. And I might do some Helios TA if you guys are about that life. You know what I'm saying? So we got Trey Souls back in the cut. What's up, my brother?
I understand E369. We're moving forward now, I suppose.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No worries. All right. Now, remember last live stream, we were talking about Ether Vista. Remember that?
I do recall the EtherVista pump fund platform competitor.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm gonna pull up the chart, and we gotta talk about the price of this thing, dude. Because what we talked about last time, dude. We did hit our magnet. We did absolutely come down and hit that magnet I was telling you guys about. So let me do a full live stream real quick. So this thing, came up, blew past the 1.618, tried to go up to the 2.618, and then came down. Now it's forming. We got 3 stars to the south. So typically we're looking for basically a reversal. So some sort of doji or some sort of slowdown. I might need to look at the moving averages before we do that analysis. But like I said, came up. We had the box of opportunity, touched all-time high, and actually blew past it. Dude, we got as high as almost a $74 million market cap on Ether Vista. 74 million. You know the best part about this? Guess when me and Trey Souls told you guys about this project?
Back in the day. Like always.
September 22nd, right here. September 22nd. And I also looked at the wallet because that's when we got in right here. We told you guys about this project at 10 buckaronis. So that's like that's almost like a 8x, 7x from actually an 8x from where we recommend it. Came down, came up. Now it came in and there's a magnet right here. You can definitely tell there's like a magnet coming across. Actually, I like let's see if my horizontal ray will work. Boom, look at that, dude. We're just leveling up in the matrix,
You
man.
I
Look
was
at
about
that.
to say, bro, upgrade. Okay, Beyonce, let me upgrade ya.
Yes, sir. So we came up, touched this magnet. We do have a box of opportunity right here with some resistance. Right now, it actually tests that and then bounced off. The question is, do we come back to our box of opportunity? Because that might have been a little bit of an ambitious target. I'm gonna be real honest with you. So I'm okay. I'm okay to admit when I'm wrong. I'll be real honest. Because look at this. We came down to the 0.5, touched it, bounced back up to the 0.382. And this is actually sitting at the 0.618. So question is, do we come back down and we hit that box opportunity? That's gonna be your next move. Now, let's just look at any bullish diversions. All right, yeah. So I think you guys are gonna get an opportunity to get back into this thing. I'll be real honest, because check this out. If we look at this, you see how this thing's like dipping down. So you can tell that there's a massive change in trend. And you see how this the 12, I believe this is the 12 and the 26 are about to touch. So this is called bearish divergence. When these two things touch, there's a good chance we're actually going to come down to this box and then full send. So in my opinion, between 28 and 21 is still in play, depending on how the market performs. And if it touches here, that is going to be your last opportunity. And then boom, see you later. See what I'm getting at here? I guess he glitched out of the matrix. So yeah, man. So so overall, that's what we're looking with Ether Vista. Now, the reason why I really like Ether Vista, and I'm gonna show you guys the Twitter real quick. It's a token creation platform. You get to own the casino. Believe it or not, a lot of these meme coins are come from pump.fun. Now, Ether Vista, they're taking advantage of the situation and they just launched ether.fun. So overall, man, I think it's actually an absolute genius approach. I think these types of protocols are going to be awesome. And what's great about this type of platform is it's incentivizing projects to hit the bonding curve, not rug your audience, and also put out really great tokens that people like. So in my opinion, Ether Vista is going to lead the meme coin run on top of Ethereum. And not many people are talking about it. Not even many people know that this thing hit a $78 million market cap. And we here on the Verse told you guys at, what was it, like $5 million market cap, or 6 or 8? I don't remember. It was somewhere between 5 and 8. So long story short, this thing's a gem and I'm going to double down on it. I love the project protocol. You can come over here to Ether Fun. It'll talk about everything you need to know about what this platform is. But I'm just going to save you guys all the time and the research. It's Pump Fun on Ethereum, cheap. It has cheap fees to create tokens, and then also on top of that, it has a new approach to DEXs. So it's going to be a Uniswap competitor. So it is a decentralized exchange. Trey Sills, you still back here with us?
I finally got full bars, baby. I'm not stopping, bro. The Matrix can try to get me down, but I need Ether Fun.
Yes, sir. Ether Fun, man. I'm telling you guys, like I'll show these guys, and look, they get another opportunity at Ether Fun because you see how this line's curving down, and then we have a bearish divergence right here.
Mm-hmm.
When these two lines touch, it could be a little bit right around the top right here at 37, or it could be in here at 24. So this is like your last opportunity, because I'm telling you right now, I would not be surprised if this hits the billions. And by the time it hits the billions, I don't think we'll still be live streaming. But what I'm trying to get across is, all right. A last thoughts before we move on to our next platform we need to talk about.
No, I like that. I like that. Just it's definitely gonna have some sort of divergence soon. You can definitely tell on that. So it's nice to know that people still got a shot.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh, here
sir.
we go.
So as most of you guys know, me and Trey Souls, we are the Blurb King and Commander of the Blurb Army.
Let's
We will
go.
bring the trenches to base. If you miss Ether Vista, and some of you guys might be coping because that was such a runner, well, guess what? We got one in our back pocket. We got another one. And the best part about this is it's on base. So they're not really competitors because Ether Vista wants to be the best on Ethereum. And then Blurb wants to be the best on base. And then as they start to get bigger, then they'll be competitors. But right now, Blurb is bringing the trenches to base. Base hasn't had life in a minute. You want to know why everybody likes Solana? What Trey? Why do you think everybody likes Solana?
I think everybody likes Solana basically because of pump fun, bro. Because that's what blew it up this market. It's what's got everyone's attention, bro.
Exactly. Ether Vista is going to blow up Ethereum. Blurb is going to blow up Base. Then there's going to be platforms for what's another one? Blast, Arbitrum,
Mhm.
Optimism, Polygon. So
Say, Sui, all that, especially Sui, one we've been trying to drop game on for a minute, and now everyone's like, "Oh, look at Sui! It's just racing out in front of everyone." This is gonna be a trend for sure, no doubt.
yeah, we were talking about Sweet before everybody, dude. Even Ben Armstrong. And the point is, Trey found Sweet. He found Sweet Kuna was 100K market cap.
Yes, sir.
We aped in that. We were talking about the games. We were talking about Sweet before anybody. And then now it's blowing up. When Sweet gets a pump fund type platform, bro, I'm selling everything. I'm aping that. I'm just kidding. So
I'm not. I'm not. I'm all bags into Sui, the
all
Sui
bags.
Fun platform.
Yeah, so he's gonna be a big top run. All right. So Blurb right now is forming a beautiful cup and handle. If we break out of this cup and handle, so here's the neckline. So this is the neckline. Oh man, I'm not. So if we break out of this right here, that means we're gonna be sitting at 0.003. So that's like a 2x from where, well, 3x technically from where we're at. So what I like about Blurb, you saw Ether Vista, bro. It got up to 74 million. This one's at 329,000. 329,000. You want to know the bet? You want to know why Ether Vista started running? Take a guess.
Why did it start? Maybe it was at a low market cap at some point.
It started running because they launched Ether.fun. They launch Ether Fun, right? Blurb
Right.
has yet to launch Blurb.fun. When Blurb.fun comes live, dude, this thing's going to rip because people are going to be going on and making dumb meme coins and going absolutely crazy. So, the main point I'm trying to get across is we have yet to see it implement its platform, its main token, its main utility. You see what I'm getting at here? So,
Well, it hasn't implemented its main utility, and Base has honestly a huge user base. I'm pretty sure it's got a pretty big TVL as well. So it's obvious that there's anticipation for something like this on Base Chain.
yeah. So, I think ultimately, overall, with Blurb, nobody's talking about it. It's me and Goo God and you and a couple other people. And sooner or later, once it catches storm and catches fire, bro, this thing's gonna go crazy. $329,000 market cap, dude. That's money, dude. This thing could get up to 30 million, and that would be 100x from here. 100x, $1,000, 100k, 30 mil, 300k, 30 mil, 100k. Bro, that's like enough to buy like a shed out in the woods, dude. It's pretty sick.
That's that's all you need to avoid the bugs. Well, eating bugs. You're still gonna have to deal with bugs, but don't have to eat them.
You know what, bro? You should just go on a vegan diet and just eat soy burgers, dude.
Yeah, I didn't start that last month.
Just kidding. All right. Well, any final thoughts on Blur before we get into the TitanX TA? Did he glitched out again? Okay, he glitched out. All right. Well, let's get into TitanX TA. I guess Trey Souls, he's gonna have to find another place with good Wi-Fi connection. But hey, man, that's our boy Trey Souls, man. He is committed to the cause. He is always coming back. All right, so we're gonna talk about TitanX and maybe some Helios. So what's going on with TitanX right now? For all you TitanX maxis, we've got an Elliott wave triangle forming. So we have one right here. This is called a contracting Elliott wave triangle. This is called a barrier Elliott wave triangle. And then this is called another barrier Elliott wave triangle. So right now, at this point in time, we did dip a little bit below this lower support. And I could technically bring this down just a little bit. Yeah, you could technically put this like right here and touch it. Yeah, about right there. But the main reason, so we came up to A, B, and then C, and then we started to hit this breakdown. So on the charts, when you're looking at this from a technical analysis perspective, the first thing you'll probably look at is, okay, we're starting to break down. We're coming back up. If we don't get back into the triangle could potentially be invalidated, which is definitely within the realm of possibility. If the triangle is invalidated, that means that we're probably going to have to come down to another level of support, which is probably going to be right here at the top of this last Elliott wave barrier triangle. Dre Souls, you back with us?
Sorry, guys, if I'm ruining the stream.
You
I'm
good,
really
bro?
not trying to ruin the stream, bro. It's
Yeah.
saying I got full
So
bars. We'll see what happens, bro.
cool. All right. So if we break down out of this triangle, then we'll have to touch this magnet because that's going to invalidate the Elliott wave triangle. Now, what that's from a technical analysis perspective when you just look at the chart. Now, this is where the macro comes in. And when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to what we do with TitanX, the reason why we're pretty on point with our analysis is because we've done this before. We did this with PDI and Atropa, right?
Yes.
So we understand how to look at the macro, the outlook, and whatnot. So what's going on with TitanX to show that's coming out of that triangle? Well, if I come over here to TitanX.win, so TitanX.win, the buy and burn V1 dried up. So buy and burn. So buy and burn V1. There's no Ethereum. I'm sorry, V2, not V1. But V1 has about 10 million. So currently, we're not seeing the buy and burn on the TitanX side being activated. Another thing, if we come over here to DragonX.win, DragonX has, I believe it's like $1 million worth of Ethereum and has yet to start buying TitanX and then burning DragonX. So that's $1 million of buy side liquidity into TitanX. And then we got Hyper. So Hyper is interesting because if we go over here to Hyper and we look at the buy side liquidity, the ratio went from the interval went from, I believe it was 180 minutes to 90 minutes. So it actually increased the amount of ETH being used to buy TitanX. You tracking me?
Yep.
So if we do, was it I'm gonna have to bring, hold on, let me pull up my Excel spreadsheet real quick. So if we just do some quick math and we take I believe it's 24 divided by 1, so we'll do 24 divided by 1.5. That's about 16 ETH a day. Originally, Hyper was doing about 8 ETH a day. Now we come over here to TitanX, it was doing about 3.33 every 280 minutes. 280 minutes, how many hours is that? 260 Here, I'm gonna do the math real
Almost
quick.
4, almost 5 hours.
So that's about 280 divided by 60. That's about 4.667. So if there's 24 hours in a day, so that means that's going to be right around 5 to 6 burns a day. So we take that and then multiply that by 3.33. Was that it? Yeah, 3.33. So that's about 17 ETH of buy side liquidity every day from V2 to V1. And that's being used to buy TitanX off the market and then burn it. So what I saw happening is the reason why the ratio of hyper went up was to compensate for what's going on with the TitanX and the buy and burn in preparation of potentially V1 being activated. You see what I'm saying? Because
Yep.
the ratio decreased on the hyper side, and that went up to about 16 ETH per day being bought, and then on the V2 buy and burn, you're getting about 16 to 17 ETH per day. So
So it's trying
hyper,
to the hyper burn is trying to compensate for this pool running out and then basically to change over to V1.
yes, but there's a key thing that we're missing here, right? When V1 was burning TitanX, there was also 8 ETH a day being used to buy TitanX as well. So you actually had to add 8 to the buy and burn previously when V1 was rolling. So that's about 17. So we do 17 plus 8. Was that 25?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully I did that right. My math, man, dude, the funny
That's
part
correct.
about is funny part about this was I actually studied math in college. Yeah, look, I need it. So that's 25. So the main point I'm trying to say is we went from doing like an average of buy and burn and buy side liquidity on TitanX 25 around 25 ETH a day, and now that got shortened down to 16. So we're doing 8 less ETH into the system. Does that make sense?
100%, bro. That's easy. You made that easy, bro.
So that is potentially why we're starting to see this drop. We also have protocols, burning TitanX. These are other things to take into consideration. But the big thing is the amount of ETH going to the buy and burn, the buy side liquidity on hyper reduced a little bit, and that's why we're starting to dip outside this triangle. So the reason why we use these Elliott wave triangles is to measure the impact of the buy and burn and the buy side liquidity from hyper. And what this is showing me is it's dropping down a little bit. So as to what happens in the future, we got Dragon X, which is a major catalyst. I don't know when that's going to start getting activated. I know Eric did a live stream talking about it. I haven't really watched the live stream, so just speculate on when it happens. And then we also have the beginning of or whatever happens with V1 at that point. So I think ultimately, man, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. And there very well could be a possibility that TitanX already goes just hyper deflationary and V1 just starts, V2 starts filling up and starts doing its thing again. So we'll see. But ultimately, man, we're trading in this triangle. Question is, do we come up and touch point D and then he? If not, we're probably gonna have to come down and touch what was it, 6 zeros and an 8, which means if we come down there, that could potentially form a head and shoulders, which on a trading perspective will not look good. But there's one pattern that exceeds a head and shoulders. You want to take a guess?
That cross.
The golden cross. So we do still have the golden cross in play right now, and the one thing I will say with the golden cross that we do not want to see. So you see how these two things are going past each other right now and they're
Mm-hmm.
flatlining?
Mm-hmm.
If so, let me see. This is the purple. Actually, let me make sure I got my stuff going.
You about to draw a death cross?
Oh man, he said it, I didn't. So you see how this purple line comes up? That's the 50, and then the red's the 200 right here. If this dips down like this, I don't know why that did that.
Trouble.
If this dips down right here and this comes up like that, all right, bro, dude, this thing just does not like what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to draw right now. But we'll see. We'll do this one more time. It comes like this, and then it comes like that. This point right here, I'm pretty sure you guys can't see that. So actually, let's do this. This point right here that I just circled in pink, that's called the death cross. So if this dips down, then that means that the price is going to come down. We formed a death cross, and that's something we do not want to see. So you definitely want to keep that on your radar, because if you see it, like, hear this from me. If you see a death cross on any chart, pack your stuff up and run for the hills. Run so far away you can't even see the computer screen. You do not like death crosses. Death crosses are bad. If you see on the Bitcoin price chart, get out. Don't play this game of, oh, we're gonna go back into a golden cross. No, bro. You see the death cross? That is your warning sign. Yeah, any thoughts on that?
That's a tough pill to swallow, but I'm seeing that purple line. It's looking like a skate ramp, in that the red line is kind of staying flat. So hopefully in the next 4 days, when we get this hyper deflation predicted, that purple line can keep climbing just a bit.
Yeah, and I want to make something crystal clear. I know there's like thousands of trading indicators and stuff, but when it comes to these EMAs and the death and the golden cross, that is one of the most efficient trading methods, in my opinion. Everybody likes to use EMAs to calculate stuff. When you see a golden cross, most 9 times out of 10 is bullish. If you see a death cross, 9 times out of 10, it is bearish. This is based on percentages. Keep in mind, nothing's absolute. There's no such thing as perfection in this virtual reality. So anything can happen, but I'm just telling you guys the likelihood and where it tends to push favorably. You see what I'm saying? Just like, go ahead.
Yo, this guy said it best. Boom. Got you. Got to put all the cards on the table.
Yeah. Just like you can say this is a cup and handle, like cup, and then you can say right here it's forming a little bit of a handle. You can say that's cup and handle, but we could break down and that's it. Cup and handles tend to be bullish, but it could be just as bearish. So yeah, man. So TitanX is actually looking pretty good. What else? You want to run through Helios real quick?
Yeah, let's do it, bro.
All right, we're going to run through Helios, and then we're going to go through an in-depth detail analysis of the Bitcoin price chart. All right, so Helios actually is activating its buy and burn right now, and I was on live stream with Mo, Rags, Goo God, and then Crypto Audi King. Shout out to Crypto Audi King. So it's clearly evident that Helios is in a massive inverse head and shoulders, and this is over the course of almost a year. So it formed the biggest inverse head and shoulders over the course of a year. So this is indicating a higher time frame. I was checking out Crypto Audi King's trading indicators. So he trades on the 13 and the 34. And so when we were talking, I think yesterday, he was saying that there could be a potential for a cross between the 13 and 34, or was it the seven? I can't remember. But long story short, when I'm looking at this chart, the one thing I'm looking at is we see this trading pattern. This is an inverse head and shoulders, and this shows it on a much longer time frame, which means that when we get a confirmed breakout, it's going to be a huge push to the upside. The other thing I'm looking at is the ratio. The buy and burn's coming into full effect, and the ratio versus TitanX, it's already up. So if you're holding Helios, you 2x your TitanX position. And we just had the biggest miner claim for Helios today. So the question is, with the amount of Helios being claimed and the buy and burn being turned on, will we start to see a slow sell off, or is this the beginning of the Helios pump? So that's the real question. So some things I'm looking at: 2x on the TitanX ratio, on the actual chart, on the USD chart, a long-term 1 year head and shoulders. So this is a long-term trading pattern. So if we get a massive breakout, we'll start to go. And then the last thing I want to look at is we gotta look at some trading indicators. Let's take a look at the 50 real quick. I believe the 50. Do we have the 50? All right, the 50 is right here. And the question is, do we have a 200 being formed? Oh, look at this. Look at this. Trey Souls, check this out.
Let's see that thing.
So,
Show the computer. Bro. The Matrix is hates me, bro.
it's all good, man. I won't really. Don't worry. You know, the mission continues. Screw the Matrix, all that good stuff.
What'd you find?
All right, so check this out. This is what I'm looking at. We have a petition of a golden cross. Now, it hasn't happened yet, but what I'm seeing on the 50 and the 200 right now, we have the 200 starting to form and it's dipping down. So you see how it's coming down, and the 50 is slowly coming up. So right now we came in, touched the 50, came up, trading sideways. There's a little small inverse head and shoulders. When this line comes up, intersects this line, that actually might be the go time for Helios, in my opinion. So what I'm trying to say is, when we get that golden cross coming, that's when we could see a potential on this massive on a massive breakout on the Helios chart. Now, if we see the 50, if we see, well, let me make this clear. We came up, broke out, came back in, tested the breakout, came back up, and that was our first retest. There is definitely within the realm of possibility of a second retest of the 50 SMA. So I think ultimately we are getting into Golden Cross territory, and the Helios chart's looking great, and we're starting to see the buy and burn come in. So, any questions or thoughts on this?
You answered my only question I had was about that second retest. So that's all. That was the only question I was going to ask you.
Yeah, man. So, you know, let's see. I know I wrote down some other trading indicators I want to look at. Let's see. Let me take a look at the 8 and the 21 real quick before we move on.
And while Chris pulls that up, there's 126 of you beautiful souls in here. Smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, share that thing out there, man, for the rest of the world so they don't have to eat bugs.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I trust the 8 and the 21. Those are my indicators I like. So we came in. We had a cross right here on the 8 and 21, and it just flipped bullish. This started bending down, but now it's coming back up. So I got the 4 hourly. Ooh, okay. Well, the 4 hourly. So the daily, it's not looking too bad. But on the 4 hourly, we had a cross here, came back down, cross here, came back up, and then now we're at a critical point right now on the 4 hourly. I don't typically like to trade on the 4 hourly because it's such a small scale. So if this crosses, we might see some downside. So I think ultimately the long-term outlook on Helios is bullish, but we might have some short-term breakdown potentially. So that's my analysis on it. So all right, cool. Yeah, man. So you're ready to get into the Bitcoin price chart?
BTC, baby.
Yes, sir.
BTC,
Let me pull it up.
Bitcoin, internet monies.
All right, this is gonna be a very, very fun section because I know Trey Souls is gonna enjoy this section because we're gonna talk about some I'm gonna show you guys some stuff that you're not gonna see on other on other channels, and not many people are gonna talk about it. But I guarantee you, after I show this, everyone's gonna be looking at it. So let's do a quick price chart share. Can you see my chart?
I can now.
All right. So tomorrow, or technically, well, we just had the daily close, so technically today, but we'll just say tomorrow. Election day, United States. The question is, what happens on this day? So rather than sit here and just speculate and say, oh, I'm going to search in my feelings like Luke Skywalker in Star Wars and give you a decision, let's look at the past elections. Let's see what happened. So November 4th, 2024. Let's go back to November 4th, 2020. So 2020 was right here. That's actually right here. November. Oh, yeah. We already had it very closely marked. This is on the weekly. So let's go on the daily. Let's see if the daily pulls up. All right. Just bear with me real quick, but it's going to be right here. I want to do this because I also want to mark this out, and I want to show you the daily price action. That's the main thing we're looking at right now. I'm going to turn off the SMAs real quick. So November 4th, right here, 2020, we were sitting at $14,000 on Bitcoin. After that, boom, it was see you later. The next week after November 4th, right here, we did a 40% in about the rest of November, followed by a nice little juicy correction. So I want to track this. So let's do a vertical line right here. And then I'm going to put in 2020 U.S. election. Boom. All right. So we got the 2020 U.S. election. What's a good color?
Blue.
You said blue?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess we'll keep that blue then. And then let's just do a line for right now. All right. So we have the 2020 U.S. election right here. So basically, we came up, did what did I say? A 4x? Not 4x.
Yes. You
Was
said
it 4x?
40%.
All right, 40%. And then we had a correction followed by a nice 17% correction. So from there, after that run up, it was approximately, we did about 60. It was about 2 months, and we did a 2x, and then we had a nice correction. So if we start running after the U.S. election, historically we have a 2-month run up, which puts us at right around January 8th, followed by a nice little juicy 40% correction, and then we started phasing into the all-time high. So what this is telling me is right after the 2020 election, we did a nice rip for just 2 months straight. Does that make sense?
Yup.
All right. So we -4 from that one, and we go to the 2016 election. Boom. 2016 election. So it'll be November 4th, 2016. Look at that, man. We're going like really, really low and really, really
Back
low
in
in the
time,
matrix.
dude. Get into our spaceship and let's take you to the 28th dimension.
Yes, sir. Man, we're going way back, bro. Back when dinosaurs were still alive. All right. October, November. I want to make sure I get this right. So November 4th. Boom, right here. 2016 US election.
I'm
Boom.
seeing a trend here that I like.
Look at this. Look at this. So I can't remember how many days was that first run up, but it was like, so we get up here. We did about, oh yeah. So yeah, 3 months. This one did like a 66%, and then it dropped down. So we dropped down 34%. And then we went into, wait, what was this? Man, this one just absolutely ripped here. This one just ripped. So let's look at the first major correction. So from here to the first major correction, bro, it was like 219 days. So this one was like a pretty juicy bull market in 2016. And this one did about a 3x. So it's kind of falling in line and then dip down. That's probably like 40%. And then just absolutely just full sent all the way up to about, how high did this thing go? This thing went up to almost 20K. And that was from 2016 election. Now let's go all the way back, baby. Why not? Why not? Let's go back to the 2012 election.
Barack Obama.
2012 election, baby, because we're seeing some trends here, man. You know, we're just in and out, glitching out in the matrix.
In the trend trenches, baby.
November, was it 4th?
4th.
2012, right here. 2012 election. Boom. Right here.
Oh, then it just went parabolic, bro. It just a freaking hockey stick.
So when this happened, let's just take a look. It basically, yeah, this was when there was like a low liquidity. So this is, you can tell there was not much liquidity in the market. So from its little local high before it dipped, it did a 3x and then went off into its market. So why am I bringing this up? The reason why I bring this up is, what do you think is a great conclusion about what happens right after the election?
We're looking at about anywhere 3 months to a 3 to 4x on Bitcoin.
There you go. That's the main point. So everyone here, I'll put it in log. Let's see if log. See, log will give you the clear, and I'm gonna put this on the weekly so you can see it better. If you guys just zoom out a little bit, well, let me just put it on the monthly. So if we just zoom out a little bit and we just show you guys, 2012 November hits, boom, see you later. 2016 November hits, boom, see you later. 2020 November hits, boom, see you later. And then I know I got all my chart stuff, but we're all right, you can't really see that. But we're going to be sitting right here, right around November, boom, see you later. So the main point I'm trying to get across is, you know, it's almost that time, guys. We're getting very, very close. And the other thing I also want to say, just so you guys know, because I know there's going to be a lot of excitement, but then there's also going to be a lot of craziness. On this chart, every time there's like a US election, there's always like a 30 to 40% dip after like 2 months. Do not sell that first dip. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, don't have paper hands on that one. We just showed you 3 of them back to back. It didn't matter who was in office.
yeah. So ultimately, it doesn't matter who's in office. Don't panic. Don't freak out. Regardless, it's going to rip, and we're getting to that point. And this is the time where you need to really lock in and start, you know, understanding that this is your time to get the bag. So don't F it up, man. So that was the big thing that really wanted to highlight. So cool. Any questions on that?
Oh, it's a US election themed Moonvember stream. I love it, bro. This is super sweet.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna get rid of this because I did a little post about where we're at right now, and then I'll probably do like a little post later on U.S. elections and all that good stuff. All right, now let's just do a quick synopsis of where we're at right now. Let's get off the log. I'm glad I got those U.S. elections in there, so now we can just keep tracking where we're at right now. All right, so what's going on with Bitcoin? So we're basically trading in a massive flag pattern. Came in trading sideways. Adam and Eve waiting to break out. We had a breakout, came back in, tested the breakout like I told you guys, like we told you guys. Now we're coming back up. So this is the moment where, we broke out. Now we're testing it. And then once we test the breakout, historically, that's when we start to see go season. So this is actually a healthy retest of this flag. And then depending on what happens, I don't know if the election is going to get dragged out. I have no idea what's going to go on. But the next big move would be coming up here and hitting about 72K or 71,800. When we hit that, that's probably going to
W on
tell.
out.
Yep, W on out. It's going to be go time, man. So it's
Dude,
going
it's
to
on
be,
its way, bro. It's already there, baby. All the cards, the Matrix programmed it. There's no doubt about it.
yeah, man. I mean, honestly, dude, if you just look at this chart, this is on the weekly.
It looks
Came,
good, bro.
yeah, came in, came down. I mean, honestly, I might delete some of these magnets. Yeah, might as well. Let me take a look at these magnets. Yeah. Well, I want to wait for the breakout before deleting all these magnets. That'll probably make more sense because keep in mind we could come down here. We could come down here and touch 48K, but I doubt it. I highly doubt it. We just hit a golden cross. Like everything's saying that it's like go time. So look, we came up, came back down with a beautiful hammer candle. We have a shooting star. So we had a hammer candle, a shooting star, which is a bearish pattern, and then now we're trying to see where this candle falls. We're at the beginning of the week, so I want to see this come up and just hit 72K, and then it's go time at that point. And then at that point, we'll have a beautiful Adam and Eve being formed. Let me get the daily. Because I see a lot of people having all these crazy price predictions. I mean, you can say this is cup and handle, Adam and Eve, whatever floats your boat. I'll let you guys decide. But we're gonna take the most aggressive prediction out of this, and the most aggressive prediction, so 70, 80K, and the other prediction could be close to 90K. So I'll probably add this one. It's probably going to be somewhere in between these right here. Put this about right here. Put this about right here. This about right here. Put this about right here. Boom. Then we'll put this about right here. Cool. All right. So yeah, man. So overall, dude, looking pretty good. Any thoughts on that before we keep moving?
Oh no, I'm getting giddy. I'm getting excited, man. It's good stuff. I'm ready for uncertainty to be leaving the market.
Yes, sir. Check this out. Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin, right? Look at this. Dogecoin is about to have a golden cross on the daily. It's about to happen very, very soon. Look, like these lines are about to cross. Now, why do we bring up Dogecoin? The reason why I bring up this golden cross on Dogecoin is number one, everybody on Twitter is about to say, oh my gosh, Dogecoin's in a golden cross. But also, number two, when Dogecoin runs, the dogs will run. And when the dogs will run, Memecoin season is going to be absolutely ballistic. So, Memecoin season might happen before we start to see Bitcoin go absolutely crazy just with the run in Dogecoin. I'm telling you.
You're
So,
trying to say that this Dogecoin Golden Cross might be more reliable than the EMAs.
say that again.
Like we've been looking at the Bitcoin dominance EMAs to try to chart altcoin season, but maybe this is a better indicator.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Bitcoin dominance, it's going to show the rotation into this, but I think the main point I'm trying to say is if we get this bullish cross on Dogecoin and this starts sending, then you're going to see people get hyped over meme coins and start rolling in. So yeah, it could potentially be a better indicator, but it's just one of them. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Catalyst.
Yes, sir. And then the other thing I want to point out. So on the daily, we're getting a golden cross. On the weekly, Dogecoin is getting its first weekly golden cross ever, and it's coming up very, very soon. So keep in mind, if it's on a higher time frame, it's even more bullish. So not only are we doing golden cross on the daily, but on the weekly, these two lines are getting very close to converging. So what my analysis is showing is that we're actually about to form a beautiful cup and handle on Dogecoin. And if we break out of this cup and handle, we're basically going to come up here and test all-time highs right here. We're going to come up here and test all-time highs. Make this a black line. Make this a black line. So yeah, man, it's actually looking pretty good. So what this is telling me right now is we're going to get something where it's going to basically come up, test that neckline, a little bit of a breakdown, come back up, break out, test the breakout, boom, see you later. And it's going to form this beautiful W right here. W for when. So hold on, one sec. Excuse me.
Bless you, sir.
We good. All right. So overall, guys, pay special attention to Dogecoin because when this happens, dude, dog coins are absolutely going to rip. This might be the time to get into dog coins. You know what I'm saying? So
Now might be your chance. There's definitely a lot of good ones out there.
yes, sir. Now, Ether dominance. Check this out. Am I on the log? No.
Tether dominance?
Yes. Tether dominance just got a death cross. So we have the 50 falling under the 200 EMA. This is a death cross. What this is telling me is when you're looking at the chart, when you get this death cross, this means this chart's ready to break down right now. So what we're seeing is people are rotating out stable coins into either mostly Bitcoin and then a couple altcoins. So because we just got this death cross and we also got a breakdown out of this bear flag. So it's coming down, trading sideways. Came in, broke down, touched the bear flag, came back in. Now we got 3 stars to the north, and you see how these little candles are getting smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Then boom, breakdown. So what this is showing me is people are rotating out of stable coins and they're basically mostly going to Bitcoin and then they're also going to other altcoins. So we got the tether breakdown. We're seeing people getting out of stable coins and it's getting ready to go. Any thoughts on this?
This is a lot more bullish than I was expecting from the last time I saw it. So
Yeah. So this is what we want to see. This is showing signs of like the market's getting ready to rip, especially we had a death cross on September 23rd, 2024. So yeah, man. And I'll just for context, I'll show you guys. Do we have another death cross on the daily? And this is a weekly death cross, FYI. Oh, check this out. So we had a death cross on the weekly, and then on the daily, we haven't gotten our death cross yet. So we're about to get our death cross on the daily. Huh, that's interesting. I've never seen anything like that before. So the higher time frame is saying that's extremely bearish, and then that's actually slowly translating to the daily time frame. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So, we're coming up, coming in, and then these lines are getting smaller, smaller, and then they're crossing. Probably when these lines start to cross, we'll see on the 4 hourly, and then it'll translate to lower time frames. Now, looking at historically on these death crosses, if we come up here at the beginning of this year, when tether dominance was like basically topping out, and I'll show you in a higher time frame. So you see this black line, it's coming up here, and then tether dominance started topping, and then we broke down. When we got that death cross, so we came
Yep.
in, came down, death cross, this thing just absolutely nuke to the downside. So a death cross, when you have a lower moving, when you have a lower moving average going below the longer time frame, that means that the buy pressure is slowing down, the sell pressure is increasing, and that means it's going to be a breakdown. So that's what we're seeing on tether dominance. So yeah, man, tether dominance is starting to break down, and it's very, very bullish news, man. Bullish times for the market. So any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, the last time that thing crossed on the daily, that thing sent down forever, bro. So I don't know. If you were to look at how far that flagged down, it we price price target, we might be, I don't know.
Yeah. Yes,
Like from
sir.
the first daily cross, if you go
Which
back,
one?
yeah, that one.
Which one?
Like how
Right.
long that leg is down. Like that's a
Uh,
long leg down to the end of the market.
about 550 days. So about 5 months.
550 days?
No, 150 days. 5 months.
Oh, 150 days. I thought you said 500. Okay. Okay, cool, cool, cool. And then what was the percent? What's the percentage on that? I can't see it.
Negative 48%.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So let's see if you can see it now. All right. Cool. All right. Let's go right here. Let's take a look at ETH BTC. All right. And then the last thing, everyone's freaking out about what's going on with Ethereum. What's going on with Ethereum? So the best way to really figure out when Ethereum's going to run, in my opinion, everyone's got their own little trading technique or whatnot. But in my opinion, when you're looking at Ethereum, you got to measure it versus Bitcoin. And so right now, what's happening with Ethereum is we're starting to see this massive dip coming down, and we just had a death cross. Now, when we start to see a golden cross, I would say on the 50 and the 200 on the weekly, that's going to be an indicator of a massive trend reversal. Now let's take a look at the daily real quick. Yeah, so this is what basically happened in the daily. So back in July, we had a death cross versus Bitcoin, and that was on June 30th, 2024. Can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so right here on June 30th, 2024, death cross, and then came in. I mean, sorry, that was a golden cross right here, and then came in, and then we had another death cross on August 4th, 2024. And this thing has been in free falling. So when we start to see this red line come up and touch this teal line, that's when it's going to be go time. And that's when we're going to start to see Bitcoin absolutely rip. And based on historically, if we look on the month, I mean, in the last market, where are we at? Was it 2020? Yeah, so we came up 2017. The last bull market was 2021. So where the election was right here in November. And then we ripped up 13 months after, 13 months after the election. Yeah, so we basically maxed out versus Bitcoin 13 months after the election. So that's probably going to put us in that 2025 time frame. So yeah, man, we still got plenty of time when it comes to BTC. But the first thing we need to see is a golden cross, and then after you see that golden cross, it's going to be ETH season. Any questions on that?
No, great analysis, bro. Nice charting tonight.
Yes, sir. And the one thing you guys want to pay attention to is just check out these candles. You're going to see like a doji and then a trend reversal, and we're good to go. So cool. All right, man. Well, looks like we're at about hour and 30 minutes. So cool. Got anything else?
No, bro. That's a good one, dude. That's bullish news. Like I said, bro, I'm ready for uncertainty to leave the market. Hopefully, we can get a clear answer tomorrow. And obviously, we got a clearer answer by looking at those charts, going back, seeing what happened. History repeated itself all the last market cycles. So that's what I expect to happen. And cheers, man. Just got a little bit of time this leg up.
Yes, sir. And guys, you do me a favor, please check out AlienX at alientech.win. Please consider sharing the space out, subscribing to the verse, liking our Twitter page so that we can continue to connect with other conscious beings in the Matrix. Until then, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.
Peace.